Hello, I'm Chef Jackie, and I'm so excited to teach you guys about sweet and savory flatbreads. So we are going to make two different types of naan today. We're gonna make a cheesy garlic naan and a cinnamon raisin naan. And to start that out, we're gonna mix our yeast, sugar, and water together to activate the yeast.
Adding your yeast to warm water first is called blooming or proofing the yeast. This tests the yeast to make sure it is still alive before adding it to your dough.
So now that we have our yeast starting to activate and rise in that little bowl, we're gonna measure out the rest of our ingredients. So first, we're gonna measure out our flour, and then we're also gonna measure out yogurt, and then I already have salt and oil measured out, and then for our add-ins, we're gonna add in some golden raisins and some cheddar cheese and garlic, and also some cinnamon, which I gotta grab out of the cabinet still, but we'll grab that. So first, we're gonna do the flour.
When measuring out flour ingredients with a measuring cup, it's best to use a spoon to scoop the flour into the cup and level it off. This ensures that the dough will not have too much flour and become more dense. Add salt to the flour and mix till combined. Then add your active yeast mixture, plain yogurt, and oil. Use your hand to form a shaggy dough. Once the dough has started to come together and most of the flour has been absorbed, turn the dough out onto the counter and knead for 10 minutes. Kneading is folding the dough over itself continuously to form gluten strands. This process can also be done in a stand mixer or food processor and is less labor intensive. When there is 2 minutes left on the timer, add in the extra flavoring ingredients and keep kneading. Since I am making two types of naan, I divided my dough in half. I stretched the dough into a rectangle, layered on the add-ins, and then folded the dough back up and kept kneading. Lightly grease a bowl with oil and gently place your dough ball inside. Cover it with plastic or a damp towel and leave in a warm place for an hour or until the dough has doubled in size.
It's been about an hour and we let our dough rise, and you can see that it's about double the size, which is great. So now we're gonna divide them each into 4 pieces. So just cut them into quarters, and then we're gonna roll them out, and then we're gonna cook them real quick on a really hot cast iron pan and then brush them with some butter.
Lightly flour your work surface. We don't want to add too much flour to the dough. Then turn the dough out on the counter and cut into 4 triangles. Grab one of the triangles and using your fingertips, pat it down and start to stretch. Sprinkle flour over the top and use a rolling pin to roll the dough into an 8-inch roundish piece. It does not need to be a perfect circle. Occasionally rotate the dough between rolls to prevent it from sticking to the counter. I moved each piece of dough to a parchment paper while I continued rolling.
So now I'm heating up a cast iron pan on high heat. And then I'm gonna rub a little bit of oil in the pan to prevent sticking, and then I'm gonna toss the naan in there, cook it for a minute or 2 on one side, and then flip it.
Keep a close eye on your naan as it cooks and adjust the heat if necessary. The naan should puff a little and form bubbles on the top. Flip the naan once it starts to brown. It should take about 2 to 3 minutes per side, and repeat the process for each piece of dough. When the naan is finished, you can brush it with melted butter. The sweet taste of the raisins in addition of the cinnamon will make the bread taste sweet on your tongue. The addition of garlic and cheese will give your mouth a savory taste. This recipe is kid approved and great for kids of all ages. Even my 1-year-old daughter enjoys it. Thanks for watching.